Hello everyone, Treecks here and welcome to Pokémon Puzzle League. The second of 2 tutorial episodes, because a lot of things need to be explained before we truly start playing this game. The game actually has 2 ways to do so. A true how to play, which is Professor Oak's Labs, which was already covered in yesterday's episode. But we also have the mimic mention, which is a similar kind of deal. However, this is more of a sophisticated way to learn how to play this game, or better yet, to actually learn some tricks in this game. And then we can truly get started with this game. There's of course a lot of different modes to play whenever going through this game. The stadium mode is the most basic one. This is pretty much the versus mode, you might say. Also a story mode present in here. This one is actually the one-player stadium, where we try to use the versus mode of this game in order to progress through a story. There's also a 2-player stadium, which is also versus mode, but this one is just a free play mode, you might say. You can also use this mode in order to play the multiplayer of this game, if you'd like to play against another human. That you do in 2-player stadium. Also a mode I'm going to cover shortly, because you can also play against the computer players here, and that's what I'll be using to show it off. Marathon is actually the endless mode of this game. What is a puzzle game without an endless mode? This game also has one, and Marathon is actually the endless mode of this game. Also something we need to clear in here, by the way. So that is what I'll be doing in the Let's Play. The time zone is something similar. This is actually the time attack mode. Pretty much the same as endless, just with a timer. And also a certain high score we need to beat in order to receive the reward here. Another returning mode from Tetris Attack is the Puzzle University. Remember the puzzle mode, where we actually needed to clear our screen in a certain number of moves? Also returns in this game, under the name of Puzzle University. And the final mode is the Spa Service. This is actually the stage clear mode of this game, where we need to clear the stack until a line appears, and getting the stack under the line will clear the stage. Getting progressively harder and harder, of course. Also returning from Tetris Attack. But today we are going to play that other mode that we have right here, Mimic Mention. Here we can actually find a teacher that will give us some advices on how to look at things whenever trying to clear this game. We can even play ourselves here in order to try out all of these tricks. So if how to play was not enough in order to give you some inspiration on how to look at things whenever seeing a stack, this can help you even more. The view demo mode is just used as an example. I am Tracy, the Pokémon artist, and this is my Pokémon Meryl. This is the Mimic Mention. Trainers come here to observe and participate. This practice area will help you learn how to play in the Pokémon League. Are you ready to try? Okay, here we go. Good luck! Here we actually get the menu in order to see a couple of things. And you will see this is also something that is present in Tetris Attack. There's multiple examples on how to get scores, like combos, chains, and stuff like that. You can use these examples in order to get some inspiration for yourself. Whenever you are playing this game, you don't really feel like you see how to get scores properly. These examples can actually help you in order to see how you can actually achieve certain combos and chains. There's a lot of possibilities in this game. So definitely make sure you take a look at this mode if you would like to get some help on how to get better at seeing things whenever playing around on the playfield. Like this one, for instance. I'm pretty sure not everybody would be able to see this normally, but getting a 5 combo is also possible in this L form, horizontal and vertical at the same time, and therefore creating a 5 combo. Stuff like that. It's all inspiration in order to become a better player. There's multiple things to actually take a look at, but the most interesting one is probably the Mimic mode itself. This is pretty much a similar deal. However, here we can actually also participate ourselves. We get an example on how to make a combo, a chain, a skill chain, or stuff like that. And here we can actually follow that example. See what the master, Tracy, actually does. And then try to do it ourselves. So let's go see how that works. Here we have an example of a beginner's course. The easiest one to do, so let's start off with this one. Tracy will actually start playing around in this playing field. And we can see there's a 4 combo in here, the yellow blocks. can be arranged in a vertical line. And now we can play ourselves, finally! Took long enough. But let's follow his example.
Oh, man.
And that is how the mimic mode works. You could check out all of these, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just do a couple in every single category and wait until I can fill my 20-minute episode and call it a day.
Oh, man.
This one is also pretty interesting, a way to actually score a horizontal 4 combo. By arranging the red blocks in such a way, you can drop this one like this and make a 4 combo. Right, let's do the third one as well. Yeah, this one I can already see. Purple blocks, yeah, predictable.
Oh, man.
Let's arrange them like this. Let's continue playing.
Oh, man.
Hey, what do you mean I'm not allowed? This is not the chain course yet. Yeah, I can't resist. Whenever I see blocks, I just need to start playing. Hey, come on, I didn't want to do this one again.
Oh, man.
Okay, let's get rid of this one quickly.
Oh, man.
Okay, now we get an approval. Awesome. Let's do number 4. Let's see if we can actually see a combo in this one. Oh yeah, the light blue ones. Pretty obvious looking at it the right way. There we go.
Oh, man. You got it.
Okay, are we getting this? Yeah, this one's going to be an L shape again. These two, yeah.
Oh, man.
And that was predictable, Tracy. And also pretty easy to execute.
Oh, man. You're getting the hang of it.
So, that is how the mimic mode basically works. I don't think I have time to actually show off every single one, but we'll see how far we can get. The second course is intermediate and therefore a little bit more sophisticated. Here we actually start working with multiple types of blocks at the same time. In this case, the red and the yellow ones.
Oh, man.
Creating a combo this way is also possible. It doesn't always have to be the same color. If you have multiple colors and clear them at the same time, it will also count as a combo. Also something the Mimic Mansion can actually teach you. Here we have 2 placed in a horizontal line, and if we arrange them in the proper way, we can actually score a horizontal 6 combo with this. Looks pretty difficult at first. It should not be too difficult once you know how that works.
Now you got it.
Okay, do we have more for me? This one's going to make use of the green blocks and the purple ones, I think. Yeah, like this. T-shape. I always call this one the T-shape combo. 1 set horizontal and 1 set vertical. Can also create you a combo. Number 4. This one's going to be 7. Purple one. Yeah, saw that one coming. We can make a 4 combo with these blue ones, but if you combine it with the purple ones, we can even create a 7.
You got it.
Same deal here. We can actually see a couple of yellow blocks arranged in such a way that it's asking for a 5 combo. However, there's also blue blocks adjacent to it, which we can also combine, creating an 8 combo with this one. So let's do it ourselves. Like this. And let's not do this. Otherwise he's going to reject it again. But there was definitely a skill chain possible over there. But more on those later. First let's continue creating more combos. This one is going to become a 10 combo, it looks like. We have 5 yellow blocks which we can put in a vertical line. And also 5 red ones which we can put in a vertical line. And therefore create this 10 over here. Definitely not easy to perform. You're going to want to be careful here, because sometimes if you rearrange the blocks in the wrong way, you can actually trigger it too early. So you definitely need to make sure you don't put 3 blocks in the same line accidentally at some point. Otherwise it will clear as 6 or an 8 and not as a 10. So let's try that again. Only this time with a little bit more horizontal placement, it looks like. Yeah, because the green ones are going to be put in an L shape. And the red ones attached to it, creating this 10. This one is definitely hard to perform. So, no, not like that. That's what I meant by actually accidentally triggering your sets too early. Let's take a look at what he does again. 2 red blocks on top of each other, then put the green ones on the third line together, and then shove in the final red one. Okay.
Man.
I should be paying attention better. But I think I can do it my own way. Let's put these green ones on the third line together. And then... yeah, like this. We have a spare green block, so let's put this one over here and get an 11. I beat you, Tracy. Mine was better. Okay, I'm having way too much fun here. And I'm not even truly playing the game yet. Okay, this one is a little bit more difficult, you say. So, let's go see what you have for me. Ooh, this one actually combines the 6 combo in one horizontal line with 2 blocks above and underneath it, creating a 10 that way. So this one is definitely complicated. We do need to be careful for the blocks that are actually placed on top of it, because otherwise you actually get this situation. Let's try this again. I should be able to do this one. And I'm closing my eyes because I want to do this my own way. There's always something I'd like to play around with in this mode. Not per se mimicking what Tracy does, but actually trying to find my own way to clear the same stack. Sometimes even with an improvement. Like the 11 combo from just now. This way the bottom is correct. And let's place the other blocks. And here we have the 10. See, I don't need to mimic you, Tracy. Final one. I can see the middle line is going to be the basis of this. Yeah. Purple down there and the blue one up there. Big 12. Ooh. This one is really difficult to perform. Let's see if we can improve that by making something different. Here we have the 6. And leave that other one, so this actually becomes a chain now. See, Tracy? That's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, shut up. Advanced is nothing new, just bigger. So, I don't think we have to see that. We pretty much know how that works. I'm actually interested in Advanced, because this will show us a couple of other ways to create combos. Something we have not seen before. And therefore, this might be interesting to actually show off. Watch this one, for instance. We can create an L shape with these yellow blocks over here. However, if we drop the blue block in such a way, we can also create an L shape there, creating this special type of 10 combo. Really interesting how that one works. The blue block we remove and the yellow block both fall one space, and therefore they fall at the same time. And this counts as a combo. Very interesting. Let's see if we have more of these interesting things. Let's check out the second one. What do you have for me? Oh, yeah, I think I know what he's going to do. Create a layer of blocks on every single level, and then remove the bottom one so they all fall together, creating this. A very basic way to create an awesome combo. Just rearrange blocks on every single level, making sure they don't connect quite yet, of course. Leave one block above the rest, and then remove the bottom one so they all fall together in the same place.
You got it.
Also something to remember. A pretty basic one, in fact, but definitely hard to perform. Next up, we're going to combine the two from just now, creating all of these layers, like this. And then remove this block, and this happens. Combining the two things we just learned. Let's do this correctly. Yeah, there we go. I do like messing things up, as you might have noticed, but not always. Let's try to keep serious a little bit at least. Last one. Also going to be the last time we take a look at the combos. I'm seeing this is actually taking way too long already, so... Ooh, this is going to be the ultimate combo. Double T-shaped long combo, creating a 14. One of the largest combos you can actually make without dropping any blocks. Very difficult to do, so I'm probably going to mess up, knowing me. No, I'm not going to mess up. This one's correct. But I still want to mess up. Sorry, Tracy. I know we're not dealing with chains quite yet, so let's go quickly show off chains. I'm afraid I don't have time to actually show off all of them like I did with the combo. This is taking way longer than I actually expected to. And I don't want to make this any longer than one episode. That would also be a waste of time, so Let's quickly go do the beginner's course of the chains, so we can at least see how it works. And the red ones are aligned in such a way that they immediately fall into place. And therefore it counts as a chain. Whenever blocks clear, and the rearrangement of the stack will immediately also have a clearing of blocks as effect, that is actually known as a chain. So, now that we know about that, let's go show off a couple of more complicated ones. Like the fifth one, just the final one, so should be the most complicated one. This one is also pretty interesting. At first, it's actually not a block that is already in place, but the moment we trigger this event, it will be a block in place. But technically it's also still a chain, of course. This barely qualifies as a chain, because it's also technically a skill chain already. But more about those in a minute. Let's go check out the intermediate course quickly. The final one. Let's go for the final one. This one will actually show a complicated chain. Let's go see how this looks. We see a stack where the blocks are not per se arranged, only for the first step. So for the second step we actually need to do some work first, placing this purple block and therefore creating a ×3 chain. But allow me to say, if you're a true Panel de Pon player, you actually will do this as a skill chain, placing the purple block after initiating the event, and therefore doing this faster. Also clears the blocks eventually. However, how fast you do it is definitely also important whenever playing this game. The progressive levels here are actually the same chain that you actually initiate every single time. However, becoming bigger the further you get in the steps. So allow me to show you the final one at least. I think I can actually show off this as an example why I'm not the biggest fan of just using regular chains over skill chains. As you can see by Tracy over here, he needs to do a lot of work beforehand before he can actually start his chain. Of course, afterwards he doesn't have to do anything anymore. It goes automatically, as you can see, up to a ×6. However, seeing all of these steps beforehand is a little bit too much to ask, I feel, so... So I'm usually a bigger fan of trying to initiate the chain and then take a look at what can I do, how can I rearrange the stack with skill chains and that way create bigger chains. But the way Tracy actually does it right here, by doing all of these steps beforehand and then triggering the blocks in order to create a regular chain, that's not something I'm the biggest fan of. I'm definitely more of a skill chain player, doing the work while the stack is falling. That way you don't have to look ahead that far, and it's actually easier to see any steps, because this way you only have to take a look 1 step ahead instead of 5 steps ahead, making it a little bit too complicated. See, it's like I told you, whenever the stack is already falling, that way it's actually easier for someone like me to see the next step ahead. I'm definitely more of a skill chain player. Let's do one more. In order to see the full one, we need to do the final one. Let's go see how this final chain looks. Although I'm not able to remember all of these steps anyway, so... This one definitely looks complicated. It is worth doing it like this if you're not the fastest player and you're not able to actually get all of these steps while the blocks are falling. If you don't have the speed, then of course this is a better way. But I feel I do have the speed, at least sometimes I do. And then this is actually not the best way to actually get these chains. That's pretty much how my way of playing this game works. Speaking of my way to play this game, let's go into the skill chains now. And this is truly my favorite way to play Panel de Pon. Like you might have noticed in my Let's Play of Tetris Attack already. Whenever I play Panel de Pon, in whichever game, this is usually my way to play. Skill chains. Triggering the clearing of a block and then improvise in order to get chain after chain after chain. This being one way to do it. Push a block against another block that is falling in order to get that block on the second line. Also a pretty complicated skill chain. And one of my favorite ones to use. The reason why I'm showing off this one. Get used to this one. I'm playing through this game, and that is something I like doing. This one is similar, however, this time we're actually pushing a block in order to create a 3-line directly. And then here we can do another one. Chain on the second level. And I can go on even further. Awesome. Let's check out Advanced, because this is still too easy for us. Let's go see what you have for me. What is a good way to do skill chains? With these ones it actually becomes a little bit more complicated. We need to do multiple steps with our cursor. We can go on pretty far with this. Ooh. There's a times 6 in this stack, it looks like. So, yellow, blue, then push down the red, purple, and green for times 6. See? This is things I can do. This is how I'm used to play. So this comes naturally to me. Number 4. Let's go see. Yellow to start. Red ones, purple ones, blue. Yeah. Especially this final step looks interesting. 2 green blocks. So definitely don't mix them up, otherwise they get triggered too early. Let's see if we can actually copy that. Let's change it up. Let's do the green one first over here. And then the one over here. Still counts. Different way, but end result is the same. Improvising always works whenever playing around with skill chains. But now we have something a lot more complicated. Of all the things we have seen so far, the time lag is definitely the most epic way to create chains. As you might have noticed, whenever blocks fall, they will form chains. If they actually fall into a way where a new event gets triggered. But whenever the falling of those blocks actually happen on different rates, you can get very quick and high numbers of chains with this. So, whenever Tracy's done talking, let's go show off how that works in practice. Here we can see an 8 combo and blue blocks on top of it. Whenever those fall, it will obviously form another chain. However, the height of these are different and therefore they become different chains. They are separate. It's not a times 2 6 combo. It is a times 2 and a times 3 combo. Because they don't fall at the same time. And therefore the blocks on the left will form a new chain. Similar deal with the rest. The 6th one being the most complicated, of course. So let's show this one off. This already looks like a mess, but whenever we trigger this, we find out because of the different speeds these blocks fall on, all of the chains that get triggered will trigger a new number chain. You can even screw this one up by messing up this chain over here. It doesn't turn out to become times 10 in my case. Hey, but I did clear the entire stack, so... So, no complaining, please. Let's do one more. We still have some time, so... This one will actually have 3 chains that will fall. In the time span of only 1. The way this actually clears, it feels like it is 1 chain, but it will still give us a times 4. Very awesome how that works. So, that was my coverage of the Mimic Mansion. There is still one more mode we need to do, the super easy mode, that is also present in here. But that, I think, deserves separate coverage, so I'll be taking a look at that later. But this way, we have actually finally completed the tutorial of Pokémon Puzzle League. The laboratory and the Mimic Mansion are ways to learn how this game works. And next time we are finally going to play, we are going to clear this game, one mode at a time. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you when this game truly gets started. Treecks out.